What's up, everybody? Zillennial Nexus here. Today I wanted to talk about just how we take modern technology for granted in society today. Before I do that, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos, and comment what piece of modern technology has shaped your life significantly that you can't imagine it without, because there's no way that you would have been able to do anything even remotely like what you're able to do with it now 30 years ago. So for me, I just think that a lot of us take today's technology for granted. Sure, there have been a few downsides that people are complaining about, like dating apps for a start, where they're like, hey everyone, we can connect people more easily now for dates and uh, adult activity hookups. Sorry, I was trying to think of something clever, but yeah, there's no other way to put it. So, yeah, you have that, but unfortunately, we've seen the 80-20 rule go to the 90-10 rule, and now the 95-5 rule, apparently. And it's opened up the market a little too wide for both men and women, mostly giving women too many options and men being lucky to get anything. But yeah, assuming you are able to get the apps to actually work for you, regardless of sex, then it's still a tool. Okay, that's probably not the best example. Smartphones. A lot of us take it for granted that we can just call or text people from pretty much anywhere. The fact that we can use it to hold boarding passes, movie tickets, other things. The fact that we can play games on it instead of just sitting somewhere and waiting. Basically, everything, almost everything we need is compacted into one little device. Well, not so little anymore, because they keep on getting larger. Like the Nintendo Switch 2 size compared to the Nintendo Switch 1 size. I've been playing Let's Go Eevee in handheld mode because that is literally the only way I can get something close to the traditional controller button layout. Yeah, all the shoulder buttons and pushing in the control stick act as the A button still. But you get something close to a traditional layout, and the motion controls are a little more manageable compared to playing with a single Joy-Con and then trying to angle the Joy-Con swing just right. But anyway, that leads me into my next thing with us taking modern technology for granted. We're able to play more powerful video games on the go. Yeah, Let's Go Eevee might not be the best example of that because it's a rather low demanding game compared to, say, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild, in particular, with its launch day on Switch 1, kind of showed that the power of what the Switch could do, which is why it was revolutionary at the time. The Switch 2, sure, it's another bit iterative, but I like how they just improved everything with it. But the point is, we take it for granted that we can play video games like that on the go. And not just with the Nintendo Switch systems. The Steam Deck and ROG Ally and other tablets for PC gaming that came out after the Switch showed off how much demand there was in the market for that and how effective it was. Think about it. 10 years ago, we were limited to either handhelds like the 3DS and the exclusives those had to offer, watered down versions of multi platform games. I don't even know. Oh, wait, there's the PS Vita, which didn't do well, and they were limited to, again, watered down versions of multi platform games or their own variants. I never had a PlayStation Vita, so I can't say. But again, we take for granted now in 2025 that we can play console level games on the go. Not every single one of them, because I've checked the Steam Deck compatibility for the more recent PS5 games that came to Steam. Horizon Forbidden West, not compatible with the Steam Deck. I checked. Whether it would work on ROG Ally or a Lenovo Legion Go, another tablet I forgot to mention, I don't know. I haven't researched that. You can let me know in the comments down below. But going back to something more practical in our day-to-day lives that affects pretty much anyone with a pulse, contactless pay. You don't need to use it the old-fashioned way. People can literally set up cards on their phones so that they can pay contactlessly and not even have to take out the physical card. That's a pretty cool thing, if I do say so myself. Think about it. Okay, it was 2014 that Apple Pay originally came out. That was the original one, but going back a little further, it was more of a process. I don't know the technical details. I just know that it's a really cool thing we can do. Just like, again, with movie tickets, plane boarding passes, concert tickets. At least I've heard for concert tickets. I've never actually been to a concert, like, say, at Gillette Stadium. Yeah, I'm kind of boring like that. Also, don't really care much for popular music or anything like that. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough about that. The point is, modern technology, we take it for granted. I can remember times without contactless pay being a thing. I remember when tickets for things, you had to print something out if you ordered it online. Now, I still did that. I've done that here and there. Like last October, I went to the Harry Potter exhibit and the New England Aquarium. I printed out my tickets for both of those because I did not want to risk losing them because they were non-refundable. In case anything happened to my phone, I wanted to be prepared. I think I ultimately used the copy of it that was on my phone for the aquarium admission because I didn't want to. Because at that point, everything was good with my phone, so I decided why not. So I'm going to leave it here for the video. You let me know in the comments down below what you think of modern technology, whether you agree we take it for granted. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos. I will see you soon.